Levi here, the Outdoor Cowboy, and welcome back to the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. For the next 2 days, we're going to be staying at our off-grid cabin. We're going to be cooking some delicious food, and we're also going to be going on a trail ride in our UTV to go explore the surrounding scenery, mountains, and wildlife. So saddle up for the ride. Well, made it up to the cabin. Took us a little longer to get here than we thought it would, just with some traffic and construction and stuff. So we're gonna get dinner made. The sun is pretty much already set over the mountain, so it'll start getting dark here pretty quick, but we'll just get dinner made and then we'll just kind of have a fire, just kind of relax, have dessert. But I'm super excited that we brought our UTV, so tomorrow morning after we get some breakfast in us and get a good night's rest, we'll definitely be taking it out, going and explore some of the trails around here. There's a really cool spot on the top of a mountain that just has a super cool lookout, so we'll definitely go check that out and bring you guys with. Got a lot of fun things planned, and my beautiful wife came with, so that always makes it better. We're just gonna unload, get our stuff into the cabin, and then I'll fire up the grill, and we got hamburgers for dinner, which is delicious. So I'll get the burgers cooking and we'll have a great time. Some of the windows and stuff. All right, like I said, for dinner, we got hamburgers, which I'm super excited for. But not just hamburgers, we also got bacon, a necessity on burgers in my opinion. But we're gonna do a little trick here, something that me and my dad used to call heart attack burgers. We pretty much tried to make these every time we went hunting or camping. And what you do is you get a pan or a pot, I'm gonna use this cast iron pan, and you throw your bacon in, and then you cook your burgers in the same pan that your bacon was cooked in, so that the burger soaks up all the bacon grease, which I think you could probably understand why we call them heart attack burgers. But I haven't had a heart attack yet, so we'll keep making them. Got our bacon in there sizzling all nice. All right, looks like our first round of bacon is just about done. All right, got the rest of our bacon in, getting some really good juices so far. If you're looking for bacon or like don't know what to get for bacon, this is my favorite brand. It's called the Falls brand. It's out of Twin Falls, Idaho, which I know here in Idaho, it's at most like Walmarts and grocery stores, but I'm not sure how much further they get in other states. I haven't really checked, but if you're able to find this bacon, this is good stuff. It's super thick sliced and is just delicious for breakfast, for burgers, or whatever you want to use it for. All right, got our bacon all cooked, and now we will toss our burgers in. Toss a little bit of seasoning in there with our bacon grease. Just like that, some delicious heart attack burgers. All right, I think our burgers are ready to flip and throw some cheese on. All right, our burgers are cooking and they're looking really good. Bacon's all done, so we should have a really good dinner here pretty quick, which is perfect. It's about 9:30 and it's getting a little darker. It's hard to tell on camera, but the sunset, it's cooling down, which is really nice. It's about 20 degrees cooler here up in the mountains than it is in the valley, so it was really refreshing to be able to come up here. We won't be doing a ton of projects while we're up here, but we are going to be kind of going through and talking about projects that'll be happening in the future, because there are a bunch of projects up here, just kind of improvements and different things that we'll be doing here in the future. We'll try to get some done during the summer, but then we'll still be coming up here in the winter, even when it's snowy, and be doing some little things as well. So behind me, we have our off-grid cabin that me and my dad built a couple years ago. If you watched the last video that we made up here, you saw inside a little bit, and we'll be showing inside a little bit as well. But it was made completely from repurposed construction materials, so We got all of the wood and all the siding and everything. The only thing we bought new was the nice metal roof, just because it's important to have a good roof, especially up here. It'll snow 8 to 10 feet in the winter, so the roof's held up really well for about 6 or 7 years. It was a good purchase to spend money on that, but all in all, I think the whole cabin, we stayed under $10,000 for all the materials. And then me and my dad did all the labors. So that was free, obviously still took work. But we love it up here. And then we've got our outhouse up there. And I showed last time we did some fixes on the 2 water tanks. And then we got our little awning up here with a little picnic table and our grill, our fireplace over here, which I showed all of those last time and talked about them a little bit. We used the fire pit and we will tonight as well. I think we're gonna do some s'mores, and then I brought my guitar as well. So we'll be hanging out a little bit after we have dinner. But over here we have this trailer. I'm pretty sure we like got it for free or something, or as a gift from someone. It's obviously pretty old and in rough condition, but we just built this little frame over it to protect it during the winters. Again, just some of our metal roof that we had left over. But I'm still trying to think of what to do with this. I think it'd be cool to like take the amenities from it and build it into another little off-grid cabin, because it has like a water tank with running water and a toilet that can flush and a little shower, which would be really cool to have in a little cabin. So kind of my thoughts with this. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know on what I could do with it. But I think it'd be really cool just to implement all of that into a little cabin by just taking the amenities out of the trailer and building them into a cabin. Because right now in our other cabin, we don't have any running water. We have the 2 water tanks, which we use, and then we bring up obviously like our drinking water and stuff. But we have solar on the cabin, which is how we get electricity inside. So if we put solar on that one, we could have some amenities. But those are just some thoughts. That'll be kind of a big project, but let me know what you guys think I should do with that. All right, I think our burgers are about done, so let's check on them. Looking great in there, just bathing in their bacon grease bath. And they're all done, so we got the grill turned off, and we'll take these off and get eating. And then this also doubles as a drink for dinner. You can just drink the bacon grease. Just kidding, don't do that. The heart attack burgers may not give you a heart attack, but that definitely would. All right, got our delicious bacon and our delicious burgers, so let's go eat some dinner. All right, just like that, got a delicious burger with some bacon on it. And then we also have these super good potato chips. They're Idaho brand, and they're just like a healthier option of potato chips. So if you ever see these, they're super good. We love the jalapeno ones and the barbecue ones as well. So we got a delicious dinner and we're gonna get eating. All right, I just finished up dinner and it was delicious. So pretty dark out now. We are just gonna make a fire. We're gonna make some s'mores, just relax for a little bit, and then we'll be off to bed. So let's get a little fire started. Got a bunch of different sizes of wood, so we're just gonna split some of it to make our tinder, and then we'll get a fire started. We're gonna be using our hatchet that we made just a couple videos ago. So if you haven't seen the video where we make this, go check it out. We put a new handle in it and wrapped it, cleaned off the head, and made this leather sheath. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think it looks awesome. So go check that out, because there'll be more projects like this coming in the future with making tools and forging, also a bunch of leather work, because I love doing leather work. Well, we got all of our wood chopped for our fire, and let's get our log cabin made. And I'm going to be using one of our homemade fire starters that we made a couple videos back, so go check that video out if you haven't seen it. Then we'll be using my trusty ferro rod to start the fire, so let's get it going. All right, we got a great fire going. We're gonna make some s'mores, which a great hack for s'mores that we like to do, if you don't want to get graham crackers and chocolate, is you can get these fudge stripe cookies, and they'll kind of double as both. So you still roast a marshmallow like normal on a stick, but then once your marshmallow is done, you just put 2 of these on the outsides, and it's basically a s'more with only having to bring 2 things. So it's kind of a hack, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. And while we sit around the fire and make s'mores, I'm gonna go grab my guitar and just fitting around the campfire with some tunes and some s'mores. So doesn't get much better than that. So got our first finished s'more. Just a nice marshmallow with 2 fudge cookies on the outside. Oh yeah. All right, we had a great time by the fire making s'mores and stuff, and now we're all packed up for the night, so we're gonna head to bed and we will see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. We slept pretty good last night. We think we heard some animals walking around outside, but we weren't able to see them. I tried to get my flashlight out, but couldn't see anything, but still slept pretty good. It's about 9 o'clock. The sun is already up and shining because sunrise is about 6 o'clock, so we are gonna get breakfast going. We got scrambled eggs and bacon and a couple other things, muffins, orange juice, stuff like that. So let's go get the grill fired up again and we'll get our breakfast going. All right, grill's warming up. Let's throw our pan back on to cook in. All right, like I said, we got eggs and we got bacon for breakfast. Unlike the burgers, we're not gonna hard boil our eggs in bacon grease, though that might be delicious. But we're just gonna cook them up and it'll be a delicious breakfast. All right, our eggs here looking good. All right, with our eggs all done, we are ready to get started on our bacon. Bacon is looking delicious. All right, this bacon is looking great. It's cooking well. With the bacon we already have cooked, we're gonna start eating while the rest of this cooks. All right, we got eggs, we got bacon, bananas, muffins, and some little baby orange juices. So let's dig in. All right, we got breakfast all finished up. It was delicious, good way to start the day. Now, before we go out in the UTV and go explore, we're just gonna hike around a little bit. There's a pond on the property that we put in, so we're gonna hike over there and check on it and kind of talk about maybe some future plans for it as well. So let's go do that, let the food settle. Then we'll hop in the Can-Am, go explore some trails. There's some really cool trails around here and really just endless amounts of them. So we should be out there for a couple hours having a good time, and we often see wildlife when we're out there, so hopefully we're able to see a deer or a bear or something like that. But yeah, it should be fun. There should be some great views and we should have a good time, so let's go do it. All right, we made it here to the little pond that we have just a little ways away from the cabin. This is just a stream that comes down through these bushes, and then we just dammed it up right here with this pile of dirt and put a little culvert pipe through it so the water can get through. And usually like springtime, like April or May, it's pretty high, like it's almost all the way up to here about where we're standing, and the pipe's completely underwater. But right now, being a little later in the summer, it's just down a little bit because this stream doesn't flow year round. It's pretty close, but there's a couple months where it runs dry. Over here is where the pipe comes out on the other side. So it's pretty sweet already. It's been like this for a little while. We dammed it up a couple years ago, and it's been a nice pond. It basically just refills every year with the snow runoff. And we've swam in it and stuff before, which is fun, but I'm trying to think of what we could do here. I'd love to have more of a permanent pond kind of year round, so I'm thinking about putting like a pond liner in during the summertime when it gets drier out so that it wouldn't seep in the ground as much. As well as I've thought about putting like a valve on the end of that guy that we can open and close just to try to preserve some of the water and keep it in here just because it's cool to have. And as well, it brings a lot of animals in. As we walk around, there are deer and elk tracks just all over the place that all come from different areas and kind of funnel down into here, and that's where they get their water from. So pretty cool to have a watering hole for deer and elk. I really like that because it brings them close to our cabin, and we have tracks all over here because they like to come here. So those are kind of my thoughts, but let me know what you guys think, if there's anything else I should do. It's already a really cool pond. I'm really grateful we have it, but could be cool to do some little things to it, make it a little bit better. So let me know if you guys have any ideas. All right, we made it back from our hike to the pond. Now let's get our UTV unloaded and let's go explore some trails. Well, we made it up here to what we call the top of the world. It's hard for the camera to really get the magnitude of it, but you can just see for miles. I just love like the layers of mountains in the background and stuff, and the valley we can see over here. Just gorgeous country. My dad and I just discovered this spot one year when we were hunting elk. We just were riding our dirt bikes around trying to scout out and stuff, and just kept turning on different trails and stuff, and one eventually led us up here to the very top of the mountain. And this was one of our favorite spots to come just because of how pretty it is. So we are going to sit down and have a little lunch up here, just some cheese and crackers and pepperoni, and just enjoy the view for a little bit. Well, just made it back. Had an awesome time, really cool views, and just love driving through nature. It's fun. It's a lot quicker than hiking, so that's always a plus. But yeah, we had an awesome time, and there'll definitely be more videos in the future with the UTV. It's just a blast. It can go pretty much anywhere, so we'll definitely do more camping trips with it. I also really want to do some multi-day trips as well. That'd be really fun to do with some friends or some family. And then we also plan to take it to Moab and a couple other places as well. So definitely look forward to some more videos with the Can-Am. It's one of my favorite things to do. They're just super fun, they're super fast, and they're capable. And I've raced them a couple times and they're just a blast. So I love them. They're a huge passion of mine. So there'll definitely be more videos coming in the future. Well, we've had just a wonderful time up here at the off-grid cabin. Had a lot of fun, ate great food, had a lot of fun adventures, but we're gonna start getting cleaned up. It's getting into the late afternoon up here, and we're gonna get headed home. So we're gonna start cleaning up and packing up, and then get everything packed up into the truck. And we're gonna be headed back, and we're gonna go celebrate my wife's birthday. So that'll be a blast. So let's get all cleaned up, and we'll get headed out of here. All right, first thing, let's go get the Can-Am loaded back onto the trailer. If you liked this video, make sure to check out the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. We've got new videos every week, survival adventures, camping projects, tool restorations, and a whole bunch more. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.